One question broke the internet. One film shattered every box office record. Bahubali! One vision changed the DNA of Indian cinema forever. Before 2015, Indian films had a glass ceiling, a boundary, a limit that seemed impossible to break. Then came a man with an impossible dream to create India's Game of Thrones, India's Lord of the Rings, India's probably everything. This is the story of how one Telugu film didn't just become a pan-India phenomena, it rewrote the rule book of what Indian films could achieve. And trust me, by the end of this video, you will understand why Hollywood is still trying to decode the Bahubali formula.
रक्त हो तुम जय महेशपति.
Picture this, 2012, Rajamouli walks into a producer's office with a script that sounds absolutely insane. I want to make a two-part epic. Ancient kingdoms, massive waterfalls, war elephants, a budget that's never been attempted in Indian cinema. The producer's reaction?
Are you out of your mind?
See, here's what Indian cinema looked like before Bahubali. Regional films stayed regional. Telugu cinema was for Telugu audiences, Tamil for Tamil, Hindi for Hindi. The highest grossing Indian film was Three Idiots at rupees 200 crores. Respectable, but nowhere near global blockbuster territory. Indian cinema had an inferiority complex. We would watch Hollywood spectacles and think, we can't make this, we don't have the technology, we don't have the budget, and we don't have the vision. But Rajamouli, he was different. Magadhira had already shown glimpses of his ambition. But even his biggest supporters thought Bahubali was career suicide. They were wrong. Dead wrong. The first trailer dropped and India collectively lost its mind. Indians had never seen anything like it. The scale, the grandeur, the sheer audacity of it all. But here's what most people don't know. The magic wasn't just in the VFX. Rajamouli did something revolutionary. He combined the best of Indian storytelling traditions with international production values. Western epics focus on individual heroes. Indian epics, they are about dharma, about righteousness, about eternal battle between good and the evil. Rajamouli took this ancient template and gave it a Hollywood makeover. The waterfall sequence alone took 2 years to perfect. They built a 100-foot set, used 15,000 liters of water per minute, created a sequence that cost more than entire Bollywood films. But the real breakthrough was not because of just VFX. It was entirely because of the emotional core. Beneath all the spectacle was a story Indians instinctively understood. A son's quest to uncover his father's legacy, a mother's love, a mentor's betrayal. Western audiences watch superhero films for escapism, while Indian audiences, we watch it for emotions, for values, for that spine-tingling moment when good triumphs over evil. Bahubali delivered both the spectacle and the soul. And then came the numbers that changed everything. 100 crores, 200 crores, 400 crores. The film wasn't just breaking records, it was bulldozing them.
मैं इनका भगवान कैसे बन गया? मैं हूँ
But here's the crazy part. It was doing this across languages, across regions, across every demographic barrier that had existed in Indian cinema. Telugu film was playing in packed theaters in Punjab. Gujarati families were learning Telugu songs. South Indian cinema suddenly had a pan-India identity. The hashtag why Kattappa killed Bahubali became a global phenomenon. Not just Indian, global. The film was trending in countries that had never heard of Telugu cinema. Bollywood producers were panicking. How is a South Indian film outgrossing our biggest stars? The whole hierarchy was crumbling. Before Bahubali, regional cinema stayed regional. After Bahubali, every major South Indian film got a pan-India release. Bahubali wasn't just entertainment. It was a cultural statement. It said Indian stories can compete globally. Indian production values can match Hollywood. Indian imagination has no limits. But the real genius, Rajamouli created India's first true cinematic universe. 2 years, 2 long years, Indians waited for one answer. Why did Kattappa kill Bahubali?
Kattappa killing Bahubali, and it became a meme. It became like a Twitter sensation about the question, like why did Kattappa? It became a national inquiry.
The marketing was unprecedented. Fan theories, merchandise, gaming apps. Bahubali became a lifestyle brand. When Bahubali 2 released, it didn't just break records, it created new categories of records. Rupees 1000 crore worldwide, the first Indian film to achieve this milestone. But look deeper. The sequel wasn't just bigger, it was better. The VFX had evolved. The action sequences were more intricate. The emotional payoffs more satisfying.
महिष्मति की असंख्य प्रजा और उनके धन, मान और प्राण की रक्षा करूंगा.
Suddenly, every filmmaker wanted their own Bahubali moment. Period dramas got massive budgets. Regional films started thinking nationally. The entire ecosystem shifted. Netflix paid record amounts for streaming rights. International distributors started taking Indian cinema seriously. Film festivals that had ignored Indian mainstream cinema suddenly took notice. Bollywood directors started watching Indian films. Marvel executives studied the Bahubali marketing strategy. The student had truly become the teacher. The Bahubali effect didn't stop at the cinema. It transformed everything. Post Bahubali, KGF, Pushpa 2.0, suddenly every major Indian film was thinking global from day one. VFX studios mushroomed across India. Technical education programs expanded. International partnerships flourished. The film single-handedly boosted film tourism. Ramoji Film City saw record visitors. The location became pilgrimage sites for cinema lovers. But the biggest change, Indian cinema's confidence. We stopped copying Hollywood formulas and started creating our own. Film festivals worldwide started programming Indian blockbusters. Young filmmakers stopped thinking, how do we make it like Hollywood? And started asking, how do we make it uniquely Indian but globally appealing? Directors like Prashant Neel, Sukumar, Lokesh Kanakaraj, they all carry the Bahubali DNA in their filmmaking approach. So here we are, nearly a decade later, and the question isn't whether Bahubali changed Indian cinema, it's how completely it transformed everything we thought was possible. Today, Indian films collect rupees 1000 crores routinely. Regional cinema has national reach. Our stories compete globally. Our technical standards match international benchmarks as well. S.S. Rajamouli didn't just make a film. He rewrote the rules of ambition in Indian cinema. He proved that with vision, passion, and unwavering belief, Indian stories could conquer the world. From that impossible dream in 2012 to a global phenomena that redefined what Indian cinema could achieve, Bahubali wasn't just a film, it was a revolution. This is just the beginning. If this video blew your mind like Bahubali blew up the box office, smash that subscribe button because we are just getting started. What's your favorite Bahubali moment? Drop it in the comments and let's celebrate the film that proved Indian cinema has no limits.